I'm Logan Crawford, and right now on Spotlight, we are talking to Larry Pinson. He is the author of a terrific book. It is called CHAPS. No, it's not a Western. It's CHAPPS. And Larry, welcome to the show.
How you doing, Logan?
I'm doing great. Tell me, what does CHAPS stand for? Clockable Hours Application Process and Pay System. Is that what it is?
That's correct.
Okay, but I've been studying that acronym. I got it down. Now, this pertains to the post office, but to a lot of other businesses and governmental agencies beyond, correct?
Now, this pertains to every pay system in the world.
Okay.
Worldwide. Every pay system. Because it's 5 different pay systems in CHAPS.
So let's talk a little bit about your experience and background at the post office first. So we'll start at the beginning and then we'll work our way through the book. You worked at the post office for a number of years. You retired, I believe, in 1995. What was your experience like at the post office? A well-run organization or not?
It was when I got to the post office, I prayed to get there, but when I got there, I found out it was a disorganized situation. Nobody understands how to let the workers know that they have 168 hours, and they don't let them know the hours that they're working, because there's a lot of hidden figures there, Logan.
Right.
All the workers see is $2,080 for the yearly salary, and they see overtime. But as we go to this interview, you're going to find out very quickly there's no such thing as overtime, because everybody have 168 hours all over the world. And so that meaning that you own your own hours. Once you own your own hours, 168, it's just like you own your own fingerprints. You own your own DNA. And what the people got to understand is that you cannot let nobody control your own hours, your own DNA. And so that's what this book is all about, because it's a lot of hidden figures out there, and the people are being taken advantage of.
Now, Larry, when you say the figure 168, is that the number of hours that the average worker works per month?
No, that's the number of hours that every person in this world gets, 168 hours, and it's broken down. It's the government, really. It's the government. Believe it or not, it's the government fiscal year. See, you know, all through it's a whole lot of businesses out there. They have different fiscal years, and but this is what the government got right: their fiscal year, and their fiscal year begins October the 1st and it ends September the 30th. Now, as you look through the book, now you're gonna see that's the only thing the federal government has right is the fiscal year.
Tell me how you came up with this system, CHAPS.
Well, you know, I just didn't come up with this system, CHAPS. You know, in my book, it's 2 Bible phrases that I told people to look at, and then they would understand how what I had to do. See, because a lot of people are misled, and right now, as you know, it's a lot of hate out there, Logan, and people are being taken advantage of. And I'm talking about what people don't understand is that I'm talking about the federal government, and I'm talking about the city government and the state government. They are wrong in their pay system. And I'm talking about judges. You know, they're letting people know, like judges, they're giving judges jobs for life. Now, they're guaranteed jobs for life. Now, I'm gonna let you know something, Logan. Nobody can guarantee 1 second. It doesn't matter if you are a millionaire, a billionaire, a trillionaire, you cannot guarantee yourself 1 second to be on this earth. So how in the world the government is going to guarantee people jobs and then they are not even paying for them? See, the problem is the United States government, you know, when it was back forming in the early early times. You know, they were being taxed by the, the British government. They was taxing the early Americans. And so the people got tired of it. They said, you know, it was the guy said, give me liberty or give me death. Because they started fighting. They said, we don't want no taxation. But guess what? All those years, the federal government is doing the same thing. The state government and the city government is doing the same thing they did. And so they put it in the law. They said, if you are being taxed without proper representation, that's tyranny. Mm-hmm. And guess what? That's what our government is doing right now. But it's time for all that to change, because God said that after the baby boomers generation, see, CHAPS is a generational pay system. You have to work a certain amount of hours, and then you retire between 20 and 30 years, a generation. You can't have all these, I hate to say it, but I got to say it. You know, all these old people in there, you know, trying to run the government, they don't have a clue. With this new generation, they don't have a clue. And then, you know, the main thing though, Logan, what people got to understand is that you have your own hours. And guess what? All these people in the world, all over the world, you have to put them in the 5 different CHAPS pay systems that I wrote about in the book. And they have everybody, they have to work in their pay location, because, like I said, what's before, Logan, that the people that's working, you got to understand, most of the people think that they had to work 40 hours a week for 40 hours pay. That is so wrong. It's so wrong, and the government knows this, especially at the United States Postal Service. See, the United States Postal Service really need a postmaster that's know that know what to do. So there's no postmaster out there, I'm talking about, know what to do. So they had to get the book CHAPS and understand it for themselves. Now, I mean, everybody had to get the book. So the book should be placed in schools, in libraries, all over the world, so they can see for themselves, not just to listen to me. So the only way they can do that, so they can understand me, when I say you have to work 1 week and be off 3 weeks and 1 day within 1 week. Now, Logan, I know, say, oh, I'm talking to a crazy man now. You know, Logan, you can stop me whenever you don't understand what I'm saying. But
right. No, I'm following you.
Yeah, I got to give it to you straight. So because I don't have this kind of opportunity, because everybody that when I was writing the book, see, I was learning that as I went, and I was learning. God was teaching me how to write the book, and so I had a lot of opposition out there, and people called me crazy. You know, wasn't listening. You know, I tried to tell them, but they don't want to hear it. So I was isolated, Logan. You know, I'm telling you something. It's hard working for a God, you know, because nobody, I'm talking about my pastor at the church, he didn't understand CHAPS, and he didn't want to hear about CHAPS. I'm talking about the postmaster general. They didn't want to talk about CHAPS. My supervisors didn't want to talk about CHAPS. And then, you know, that's how it is, Logan. So now I'm finally getting my chance with your show to let the world know about CHAPS. Read the book.
Absolutely. And it's really important, Larry, because all of us spend so much of our energy, so much of our time, invest our lives into our work. And yet, when it comes to receiving our paychecks, a lot of it's a mystery. You don't realize what's there and what's not there and what's missing and what should be there.
You are so true. That's why I said it's a lot of hidden figures out there. See, people in the United States Post Office, they think they get paid every 2 weeks. And they will tell you they get paid every 2 weeks. But that's not true. I can tell you they get issued a check every 3 weeks. And but they still will say they get paid every 2 weeks. Now, one of the things in the CHAPS pay system that I had to figure out was letting the people know there's no such thing as a weekend. See, people think that Saturday and Sunday is a weekend. No, it's not. Saturday and Sunday, people don't know, a lot of people don't know when the week began and the weekend. So you can get the book and it's written in black and white when the weekend begins and when the weekend ends. But I would tell you, the weekend begins on Saturday at 12:01 a.m. That's Saturday morning, and then ends 7 days later, 24 hours later, Friday at midnight. Now, Logan, I was working for the post office maybe 10 years before I could figure that out. Because I always say, see, the payroll goes in on Friday. And so the people on 201 was working on Friday. And I'm thinking, I said, how in the world are these people, how in the world the pay system going in at 12 midnight? But I came up with a solution. See, because, and I figured it out. See, you got to understand the pay locations. See, the pay locations in the CHAPS pay system, it's just a 24-hour clock. But you got to understand, it's two types of clocks that people use. It's a 24-hour clock, and it's a 12 a.m. and a 12 p.m. clock. Then you got to understand how many weeks, two different types of weeks that we have in the CHAPS pay system. See, people are going by a calendar work week. No, you don't go by a calendar work week. You go by our physical work week, 24/7 for one tour, like 201 is 24/7 for their people. And then they get off the clock. And then, see, they have 168 hours. So this is the breakdown. You work 40 hours, and then you have to R&R 128 hours. Now, you got to get the book, and then you can understand that a little bit better. But at least I'm trying to make some, I'm finally making some sense to some people. All they got to do is follow me. Now, and everybody have to work that. See, you work 40 hours a week. They tell you work 40 hours a week for pay. That's so untrue. You have to work a total of 40 hours a week for your this year's salary. You got to work, you got to work 40 hours. And it's broken down into 4 categories. Now, one of them is 10 hours for this year's salary, that's taxable. It's 10 hours to pay for all your benefits, that's non-taxable. It's 10 hours to pay for a stipend pay, that's non-taxable. And it's 10 hours to pay for your next year's salary. That's non-taxable. So you get paid, you get paid every 3 weeks. But first of all, you have to be in your fiscal year, have to start like the government fiscal year. So you got a lot of companies out there don't start in a government fiscal year. And that's wrong. You have to get the book and understand the book, because I'm bringing out the hidden figures. You see, because one of the things people going by is overtime. Now, you know, it's kind of idiotic for people with these companies. See, these companies got to get on board also, and they got to recognize that the people have 168 hours. So the companies, I'm talking about the corporations, because and I'm talking about all the people that work for the government, the state government, the federal government, and the city government. They have to be on board with CHAPS, because I have tried to let these people know. I'm talking about governors, I'm talking about aldermen, I'm talking about congressmen, and they all say CHAPS don't work. But you know, then I had to walk away. But no, walking away is over. You know, because I'm exposing the politicians. Now I'm gonna ask you a
The
question.
government, the employers, the private businesses, the governmental entities, they're all kind of in this together. So they have a vested interest in keeping the system exactly as it is, it seems.
That's true. And what they're doing, you see right now, what they're doing is shorting themselves out of service. See, because when you work in a child pay system, Logan, your service is debt free. Just like President Obama. I really wrote the book because of him when he was running for president of the United States. And I said, oh man, I said, I got to help the president because the main thing he was saying is change. We need a change in this world, okay? And so
we needed hope as well, right?
That's right. And I said, well, the first thing you need to change is the pay system because you got to be all for one and one for all in the CHAPS pay system. But you know as well as I know, Logan, that we call ourselves the United States of America, but everybody knows we are the undivided states of America because there's a lot of hate out there, Logan. But I don't want to get into that because I'm just going to let the people know that they have to understand what they own. See, because it was a businessman down there in Atlanta, and he said that he wanted to buy a football team. And so I'm saying, then he said that the reason he wanted to buy the football team is because it's about 70-75% black. And so you don't have no black owners. And so then he said that the reason I really want to buy it is because black people don't own anything. But Logan, I'm here to tell him, I hope he see this show. But but Logan, black people own 168 hours per week.
Exactly.
And it don't stop.
Exactly. I mean, we can't let employers, we can't let government, we can't let big business override our person. And like you said, those 168 hours a week are what each of us actually own and what each of us actually contribute.
You're exactly right. And then once you get together, once I figured out the 400-box pay system, 400-box pay system is very simple. First of all, it's bids. People don't understand bids at the United States Post Office. When you say, oh, you got a bid, and then they freeze up. It's, oh, what is a bid? They don't know. The people don't understand. Oh, I don't want to jump, but I got to stay on these bids. But a bid is only a yearly schedule, a fiscal year, yearly schedule. It's a fiscal year now, not a calendar year. And so they got to understand that. And so you have to schedule 2 7-day bids and schedule 1 6-day bid. And you need 4 full-time employees to fill in. And most of the time, the senior worker in the bid, the senior worker is going to take his choice, and most of the time they're going to take Saturday and Sunday, and then they're going to work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. That's what most of them would like to work. But you got to remember it's 4 bids and it's 4 workers. So and it's 2 7-day bids. So that one worker that take the 5 days in that 7-day bid, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, that means that Saturday and Sunday is open. So he gonna use this 40 hours for that first 7-day bid. Now you got another worker. The other worker, people call them fill-in workers or playing workers. No, they're not no fill-in because they own their own hours, and they own that bid. So they have to work. They had to come in on that 7-day bid and fill in 2 days. So they'd be scheduled Saturday and Sunday. Okay. Now, then you got another 7-day bid. So that bid The full-time worker, he's going to start on Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
And then, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And then 2 days, he got to fill in at the tail end of the work week. So it's 9 scheduled days. It's 6 and 7 days of that work week is Thursday, Friday. Mm-hmm. And so that worker that filled in that first 7-day bid, he's going to come in and work that Thursday and Friday. Now, you got one more bid. You got the 6-day bid. So the worker comes in on Saturday, and then he's off Sunday, Monday. And then the other worker come in that did those other 2 days. So he got one more day to fill in. So he comes in and he works Monday for that 6-day bid. Okay. And then he works Saturday, and then his 6 and 7 day is Sunday, Monday, and then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And that's how the 4-in-the-box pay system is set up. And the most important thing with that, you have to work in your pay location. See, the United States Post Office is notorious of scheduling you out of your pay location. That's how they take your money. You don't see it going. See, because you are out of your pay location. You got to understand your pay location, the system will not let your hours go out of the 3 different pay locations. Because the reasons for that is that your money is going out. So you work your 8 hours, and then you got to work another 8 hours for another tour. Then you got to work another 8 hours for tour 3. So it's tour 1, tour 2, and tour 3. So people got to understand their pay location. That's very important. And then they have to understand another thing is very important. Now, this is what people don't understand when I tell them this. They tell me a pay period is 2 weeks. And I said, no, yeah, 2 weeks. Everybody at the United States Post Office think that the ones that worked before me and the ones that I left at that post office after me. And they call me a crazy man. But I'm here to tell you that today, Logan, it's in the book. And now, all you did was cheated yourself out of a continuation of your yearly salary. You got cheated out of your yearly salary. But God said the people after the baby boomers, the generations after the baby boomers will get a double salary. And the generation after baby boomers is going to be the last is going to be first, and the first is going to be last. It's in the Bible.
Yep.
Now, I'm not Logan. I'm not here to try to tell you about God, because that's not my job. You got other people on this earth. That's their job. My job is to let you know about the book that I wrote called CHAPS. And plus, I got a company too, Logan.
Okay. Tell me about your company.
Okay, my company is just a book. You sign up with my company, and then you gonna see that you're gonna get paid properly. You won't be getting paid out of your pay location, because the owner and the worker, he's gonna know. He's gonna know about when you have to work your 8 hours. See, because right now, man, I had a hard time with these school teachers. School teachers, you really can't. A school teacher look at you when you tell them that. The first thing I told this one school teacher, I said, before I can get out of my mouth, it's in my book. Before I can get out of my mouth, I said, okay, the teachers will come in at 4 a.m. That's 2 or 2. That's 2 or 2 start time. 4 a.m. and you get off at 12 noon. That's 8 hours. And then before I can get out of my mouth, oh, they're not gonna let you come in at no 4 o'clock. Ain't no kids gonna come in the 4 o'clock. Wait. Logan, I said, you, a school teacher, not no kid. So I had to break it down in the book, Logan. And so, you cannot move 2 or 2 hours from 4 to 12, and you cannot move 2 or 3 hours from 12 to 8, but you can move 2 or 1 hour. That's how they do it. You can move to a 1. So you can have the school teachers coming in from 4 to 12, and then 2 or 3, 12 to 8, and 2 or 1, you come in at 8 a.m. and you leave 4 p.m. So that way you can give every teacher a time to compose their curriculum, 2.5 hours every day. And you have a half an hour for your break. It's a paid break. See, so, and then you teach 5 hours. So that teacher to come in at 4 o'clock, ain't no kids there, but sometimes, kids will have to serve a detention or something like that. And some of them might have to come in at 6 o'clock. So, it be some teachers there, and then whatever, but if the school day starts from 7 o'clock to 3:30 or 4 o'clock, it's some teachers will be there because the teacher for 2 or 2, he will come in at 4 o'clock and do his thing, 2.5 hours every day, and a half an hour paid lunch every day, and then he have 5 hours to teach, and then he go home. And then 2 or 3 come in. They come in, when they hit the door, they start teaching from 12 to 5. Okay, and then they have 2.5 hours getting their stuff together for their class and a half an hour paid break. And then they leave at 8 o'clock that evening. And then now, like I said, you can move to a 1. You can move it. And so by you moving to a 1, now you come in at 4, and then, they do the same thing. I mean, you come in at 8 a.m. and leave at 4 p.m., and you teach 5 hours, and then you have 2.5 hours, and then you have a half an hour of paid break. See, because nothing is free. See, because you paying it all the way. And the reason you paying it all the way is because you're working just for a generation. You're working for 20 to 30 years, and then you out of there. Because hey, look, you go and enjoy yourself. But the main thing about that, see, right now, people can't retire. Because first thing they say, oh, I can't retire because I have enough money to retire. I don't have enough money to pay my food bill. I don't have enough money to pay my rent. And I don't have enough money to pay my medical bills. Look at here, Logan. Tell the people, Logan. And show the people all this video all over the world, Logan, because if you're working in the CHAPS pay system, you're gonna get a double salary. Right. Now, you're gonna get your double salary every quarter, and that's tax-free. Can't tax it. It's tax-free every quarter. And then every quarter, you're gonna have 240 hours to pay from your stipend pay. You're gonna get that. And then you got 240 hours for your next year's salary. So, but you ain't getting that. See, because what you're doing, you are leapfrogging your money. So you won't leave there with your money because it's your money. And then you're gonna have, I don't know how much you're gonna have for your benefits, but it should be 240. If you use some money out of your benefits, you have to take that money and then pay whatever you use out of your benefits. But it's a small fee that you have to pay my company for using CHAPS. It's a small 10% from your benefits, 10% every quarter. And for life, even when you pass on, So you're gonna be getting this for life because you're getting 168 hours. Once you pass it on to your beneficiaries, and they're gonna be getting it. But when you retire, Logan, you're gonna get almost another double. So less your 10% that you had to pay my company, but you're gonna get all of the money that you're gonna get from your benefits. So now it's reversed. Before, you couldn't retire because you don't have no money. But now if you retire, you're gonna get almost triple your salary. Now you know what, Logan? People gotta understand that you own your own hours. And everybody have different DNA. So what I'm saying is, like, once you have your own hours, you have to pay somebody, a replacement worker, to come in and take your place. That's the sole purpose of you working for your benefits. So because you have to work 2,080 hours for your salary, but Logan, you have to work a total of 8,320 hours, 2,080 hours. That's non-taxable for your benefits that you don't see, the hidden figures, 2,080 hours that, for your stipend pay that you don't see and that you're not getting, and 2,008 hours for your next year's salary. You see it, but you don't believe it. And then you have to accrue money for your annual leave. You have to accrue money for your sick leave. You have to accrue money for your vacation time. See, a lot of people think that the post office give you something. Post office don't give you nothing because they don't have nothing to give. All they do is take. So that's why the federal government, the city government, and the state government, that's what they do. They commit tyranny, and they, it's a saying what I say. It's a saying in my book, and I say war and politicians, what are they good for? Logan, I don't want you
Absolutely nothing, right?
Hello.
That's the anthem of the 1970s, and we kind of wish it was still the anthem today because war ain't no good for nothing, right?
It's nothing. War and politics, what they good for? Nothing. And they are the perpetrators. They are the ones that, when I just got 9 months out of high school, 9 months, Logan, and all I wanted to do was go get me a job, but what they do, they say, hey, let's draft Larry and send him off, march him off the war. And good luck if you don't come back. But you know what, though, Logan? I didn't want to go. But, I heard about these rich kids going to Canada. They said, the heck with America. They denounced their citizenship. So we going to Canada, and their fathers and mothers, they were sending them over there. And I'm thinking, hey.
Well, either Canada or medical deferments or favors from politicians.
Everything.
It's been a rigged system right from the start for a lot of people. Like you said, they spend their whole life in school, 18 years old, they graduate high school, they get into the workplace, and then their employers are kind of ripping them off as well, not compensating them as they should or as they could under a system like yours, the CHAPS system.
That's so true. And then, the federal government, I was shocked. See, the federal government, they are solely dependent on, the federal government, state government, city government is a tax strike or a tax revolt from being broke. Mm. But they don't know that. But now you know it. You are a tax strike or a tax revolt from being broke. And so no reason for you to just keep on taxing the people to pay your salary. For what?
Exactly.
Now, like the city, the city payroll system. I'm talking about Chicago Police Department. And I grew up in Chicago. My family moved here. My father was looking for a better job from Georgia. I was born 31 miles out of Atlanta, 85 South, a little small town called Noonan, Georgia. Now it's on the map because they just built a big hospital down there on Poplar Road. And Poplar Road, that's the road I was born on. I
Mm.
used to see where that hospital is sitting right now. It went nothing but swamps and fields, you know, over there. The country, you know, a Poplar Road was a dirt road, you know, it wasn't paved and stuff like that. Okay, but that's where I'm from. But I moved to, my family moved to Chicago on the west side. Well, I said the best side. And so in 1954, now, when I first got there, in Londale, they call it the Greater Londale area, it was beautiful, Logan. It was beautiful. But the people that lived there, they was running. You know, I don't know if you've seen playing a slot machine and you've seen that that slot machine that they play Buffalo. And they said, Buffalo, and they were running like them buffaloes going down here. They was flying out the area. And they owned it at the property, and they owned the buildings and stuff like that, and they became slumlords. We moved in, and they were moving out. And I'm talking about just like that herd of buffalo, but, you know, they was collecting rent, but they wasn't fixing it up. That's when Dr. Martin Luther King, he came up here. And he was telling Mayor Daley about the slums, man. You know, and you had rats bigger than cats, you know, and this particular building that he moved in, it was 16 in Hamlin. And it was ironic, Logan, that I used to pass that building every day going to school. It's my grammar school called Penn. William Penn lived right across the street. And so I used to pass by the building and seeing them big rats jumping out of there. I said, oh, look, and I seen how the building deteriorated. The slumlords was not putting nothing in. They were taking it out, but they weren't putting it back in, you know. And so I said, ain't no way in the world Dr. Martin Luther King gonna come here and live in this big raggedy building. There's no way. And plus he told me bringing his wife and stuff. I said, there's no way. But Logan, he did it. He did it. And he talked to the mayor, and the mayor was terrified because they said, we gonna kill him. You know, I don't know, I say they, but they said you better get this, you know, Negro out of here or he's a dead man. And so the mayor was paranoid. So the mayor, you know, he worked out some kind of deal, you know, and then plus, you know, you had people of the clergy, the church, and you got to remember, you can have some people on one side, and then you can have some people on the other side, and then you can have somebody straddle the fence. See, it's just like CHAPS almost. But I said almost because I got people all on one side, you know. But I guess once they see this video, I say, hey, you know, I think I'm gonna draw some people in here, Logan, you know, with your help. And I'm so thankful that you are doing this, man. You know, because what you are doing, see, CHAPS is a pay system that would end poverty and fix the economy. See, right now, it will show people how people are supposed to work. Because right now, you got these big airlines, you know, they don't know what to do. They talking about they cutting schedules because they don't have the pilots and stuff like that. Put them in the CHAPS pay system. Right. Put them in the CHAPS pay system, and that's it. You know, and that's all you got to do. Instead of trying to charge people an arm and a leg, talking about you gonna charge them, you know, for this fuel. You know, look, if you in a CHAPS pay system, Logan, like I said, everything that you do is debt free. Everything. It ain't no overtime because now I mentioned overtime, and no such thing as overtime because everybody own their own hours and everybody have 168 hours. And you got to work in your pay location. You got to, but people don't understand that. See, because
you know, it seems that either you're going to grow an economy or shrink an economy. And if it keeps on shrinking, then people lose their jobs, people lose their healthcare benefits, people suffer. But if you grow it, if you give them their money, if you give them what they're entitled to, if you pay them fairly, then you're actually growing the economy and you're creating wealth and goodwill around the nation.
You're exactly right, Logan. Because once you're in the CHAPS pay system, you got to remember, you're gonna be working, even though you might not feel like a good Samaritan, but you're gonna be working like a good Samaritan because everything you do in the CHAPS pay system is debt free. So now, Obamacare, President Obama was trying to say that everybody needs health care, and he's exactly right. Well, I'm saying that everybody needs health care, but debt-free, free health care.
Right.
You know, they got it over there in London, in Canada, but I think they paying for it with taxes, but I don't know how they're doing it, you know, but I know this system, if you work in the child pay system, whatever you do is debt-free. Right. Because remember, like I said, you got to work a total of 8,320 hours, and you got to leapfrog your hours. See, and then once you get through, like I say, 20 to 30 years, you get on out of here, you know, and then you even get more money. See, because the people with the Social Security system, they're talking about working for 70 years. Now you got people that work for the Social Security system. When they get 70 years old, they still don't want to quit. They say, "Oh, I ain't got nothing to do. You know, I'd rather stay on the job." You know, no. You get off that job because you blocking somebody else's job. You work a generation and get on gone. Because when I say get on gone, is because you need to get out the way. Because it's another generation coming. See, CHAPS is a generational pay system. It's, you know, and like I say, you gonna work 10 hours to pay this year's salary, and then 10 hours to pay for that's non-taxable for your benefits, 10 hours to pay for your stipend pay, that's non-taxable, and 10 hours to pay for your next year's salary. Because when you retire, all you doing is retiring your service to the person, the replacement worker. And all the time, Logan, you got to remember, a replacement worker don't have no money. The full-time workers are the ones that have the money. And all you doing is working for service. That's why I say it's debt-free service. So now you can stop all these traffic jams. You know, one of the ways for the teachers, you come in on your pay location. Don't be out there on the expressway. You know, all three tours jammed up, trying to get in there. A school working from 7 to 3:30 or whatever, and then you know the kids don't and not getting a good education. I shouldn't say good education, but you are not there long enough for them to get a better education. You know, because you're gonna cut out something. You're gonna cut out the music class, the extracurricular stuff that the kids want to do, playing basketball, playing sports. They want to cut that out. No. Right. They need to be in sports because they need to get a higher education. And then once they get a higher education, and I dig this, Logan, you're charging these kids $100,000, $200,000, $150,000 for education.
Right. And also quality of life's important, Larry, that you need art, you need exercise, you need sports, you need extracurricular activities. You need to enrich people's lives more than I can afford this or I can't afford that. And we know with a country as wealthy as the United States, we can afford it all.
That's right. You know, but the main thing, Logan, just don't lose track. You got your own hours. You own your own hours. You own your own DNA. So everything is on you. Not nobody else. Not collecting taxes. We don't want these politicians gonna have to get in the child pay system as well because we tired of paying your way. And then another thing, Logan, these politicians, they done got straight up out of hand. You see how it is. You know, look, our ancestors, they fought like the Dickens. They fought like the Dickens to keep that certain flag flying around in the Capitol. June the 6th, I was so upset, Logan. I saw that flag flying around in the Capitol. And then you got, you don't have no nobody to protect their capital. And people running, hiding in holes and stuff like that. What kind of system is this? You got people that lost their lives because of that flag. You got people.
Exactly.
You got look at the cemetery. Go out there in Arlington. Go out there and look. So what? So why did they lose their life for? You can't protect the capital. So if you can't protect the capital, you need to get out of there. And then another thing, Logan, if you want to fly a flag, win a war.
Right.
That's what I say. It's all right. If you want to fly that flag, win a war. And then, like I say, like our president, President Biden, he got to understand that they have to be in the CHAPS system to get debt-free education. See, because especially blacks, and somebody just been deprived all these years, because we got to catch up. And then another thing too, Logan, you're gonna be going to you're gonna have the classes on Saturday and Sunday also. So you're gonna have people out there, hey, I don't want my kids going to say, where else they gonna go? Keep it, let them get a good education. Now, Logan, everybody don't want to go to college. Some people want to go to a trade school like truck drivers, because all the sort of these truck drivers that we need out there. Right now I heard on Walmart they were saying truck drivers make $84,000 a year, and but guess what? Everything is double. If he make $84,000 a year, it's 4 times that much. Because he had to make $80,000 a year paying for his benefits, $84,000 a year paying for his stipend pay, $84,000 to pay for next year's salary, and $84,000 to pay for this year's salary. Because
absolutely, Larry. Larry, I'm going to stop you there because we're running out of time, but I just want to remind viewers once again that the name of the book is called CHAPS. It's the Clockable Hours Application Process and Pay System. And it is a revolutionary book that'll change the way you work, the way you receive your money. It will transform private business and enterprise and corporations, as well as the government, if implemented. And the author today, Larry Pinson, is the man behind the movement. Larry, thanks so much for talking with us. I wish you lots of luck in your journey and lots of success as well.
Thank you, Logan.
Absolutely, Larry. And I'm Logan Crawford, thanking you all for your time this time. Until next time.